What's up, boopers? Welcome to the third guide in my Black Desert Online series. Now this guide will cover everything you need to know about gearing and a bit of crafting, so let's get right into it. Boop. Let's first understand a bit about how gear works in Black Desert Online, as it is very different from most games. Gear doesn't have a level requirement. The difference between new gear and endgame gear is how much you've upgraded it. There are several sets of gear to choose from, and you can match them up based on your playstyle. Gear pieces tend to have 1 crit or 1 speed, but as you see here, you can only have a maximum of 5 of any of these stats. So gearing more than 5 into any stat will not benefit you, so be careful about how you pick your gear. Most of the gear sets can be upgraded and crafted via the housing and node system. You can also find gear as drops from monsters and bosses, or buy from vendors and other players. There are some higher tier gear that only drops off of endgame world bosses, but they're extremely expensive to upgrade for only minor improvements over the usual stuff. We'll go over why they're expensive later in the video though. So once you've picked a set of gear and a weapon, the next thing you should do is make sure you can find a house to upgrade them in. Search all of the major cities in Black Desert Online and make sure you know where the forge is for your gear you are using. If you cannot find a forge, there's a chance that gear set isn't upgradable, so you'll want to avoid investing too much into it. When you've got your gear picked out, it's time to start improving it. The first and easiest method to improve your gear in Black Desert Online is by socketing crystals into it. There are 6 types of crystals, 1 for helmets, 1 for chests, 1 for gloves, 1 for boots, 1 for weapons, and 1 type that can go into any gear slot. And technically there's 7 because there's offhand only crystals, but whatever, you get the idea. These crystals can help you reach the 5-point caps or give you some resistances or extra health regen, stamina, all sorts of stuff. They're a great way to fill in the gaps in your gear, and they're easy to obtain. Crystals can be found as drops from daily login rewards, black spirit quests, or even the vendors in town that are marked by crystal icons. Now, crystals can vary in rarity from green to orange, and the main difference in the rarity of crystals is how likely they are to break when you die. That's right, they have a chance of breaking when you die. So try to be a bit careful if you invest a lot of money into your crystals. You can socket crystals into your gear very easily though by visiting your black spirit, then hitting socket, then select the gear you want to put the crystal into, and then just put the crystal in it. Easy as that. You can also remove crystals from your gear using 2 methods. You can remove them using the black spirit by just right clicking the crystal in the crystal socket menu, but this will destroy it. If you want to remove it without losing the crystal, you will have to go to the cash shop, then go under mileage and buy a special hammer that can be bought using the pseudo cash shop currency you get as daily login rewards. And with this hammer you can go to any blacksmith marked with a sword and shield on your map, then click on extraction and click extract crystals. Give him the weapon, give him your cash shop hammer, click extract, and select the crystal you want to save. That's pretty much all you need to know about crystals, so let's move on to the meaty bit, enchanting. So enchanting is the big difference between the starter gear and endgame gear. Now you can enchant any piece of gear you're equipping. So weapons and armors can be enchanted up to a maximum of plus 20 and accessories up to plus 5. To enchant weapons, you'll need a black weapon stone. To enchant armor, you'll need an armor black stone. And to enchant accessories, you'll need another accessory of the same type to sacrifice. Black stones can be gathered by grinding monsters, doing black spirit daily quests at level 50, killing summoned bosses that drop stones and tokens that can be traded for stones, or you can craft them. I recommend just grinding level 50 monsters. If they don't drop black stones, they'll drop collectibles you can turn into money to buy black stones. And they can also drop scrolls to summon bosses that'll drop black stones and tokens to trade for more black stones. Enchanting your gear can be done through the same method as socketing. By talking to your black spirit and opening enchanting, then put the item you want to enchant with the correct sacrificial materials and hit enchant. When enchanting weapons, they'll be guaranteed to succeed until they are a plus 7. Armor will always succeed up until plus 5. and accessories never have a guarantee to succeed. After which, up until plus 15, you can continue to enchant weapons and armor using the black stones, but failed attempts will result in a 5 durability loss on the item. If you fail enchanting on accessories, both items will be destroyed, however, so be extra careful with those bad boys. Now you can guarantee higher upgrades on non-accessories by checking a box and sacrificing additional black stones per enchant, but this amount of black stones required gets ridiculously high fast. And you can also sacrifice protection orbs that can be bought off of any blacksmith vendor, but these are expensive as well, and the amount you need also increases based off of the current enchant level of the item. So most players prefer to just go in and pray to the RNG gods without sacrificing extra black stones or using these safety orbs. Now the game does have a failsafe mechanic where when you fail on an enchant of any item, you get a +1 boost to the next attempt you make, even if the next attempt is on a different item. So to utilize this to the fullest, some players recommend boosting their failsafe by failing high fail chance accessories over and over again, as sacrificing 2 of these is often cheaper than sacrificing a black stone and losing durability on your item. This can sometimes backfire, however, if the accessory enchant succeeds, which would take away all of your failsafe stacks and force you to start from 0 again. So you can expect to spend anywhere between 50 to 100 blackstones trying to get one item to plus 15. At this point, your next step in your gear will be to repair all of its durability. To repair the durability of an item, you will need to sacrifice another copy of the item. You can head to a blacksmith in any town, click on repair, then click maximum durability repair, then enter your upgraded item and start sacrificing items of the same type to increase the maximum durability. You can always see an item's potential maximum durability, current max, and current durability at the bottom of the item. You'll also notice that you can sacrifice a lower quality version of the item, such as sacrificing a green plus a bunch of silver to restore durability to a blue item of the same type. But you were smart, right? And enchanted it to plus 15 while it was still green, so you could save that money. You did that, right? Right. This is one reason why crafted gear is much cheaper to use than the late game items that drop off of bosses. They have slightly better stats, but to enchant and repair their durability, you'll need to gather or purchase multiples of them, as you can't craft them yourself, which gets very expensive very fast. One last thing you can do with your gear and blackstones is use the blacksmith to extract the blackstones. This is useful if you invest blackstones in a piece of gear and then change your mind and want to try a different piece or set. If it is still at the guarantee enchant level, which is 5 for armor or 7 for weapons, you will get your exact stone count back. If it's higher than that, the amount of blackstones you will get back will be random, and the item will be destroyed in the process. So once you've got your full durability plus 15 green weapon, you can move on to the next step, upgrading it from green to orange quality. Now remember how at the start of the video we made sure the item we wanted to use had a forge? Now we're going to use that forge. To use the forge to upgrade your plus 15 item, you'll need to purchase the house with the forge, upgrade the forge to level 3, and make sure you have a worker with high luck, such as a human, to access the forge. Then, put the item with no crystal in it, by the way, some blackstone powder, and the upgrade gem in the warehouse with the worker, and send him on his way. It'll take a bit, but when he's done doing that, you should have an upgraded item, maybe. While he's doing that, let's talk about stuff we just put in the warehouse with our weapon. Blackstone powder and upgrade gems can both be crafted in Blackstone refinery houses using your workers. Blackstone powder is made by workers using crude stone, mineable from any mining node. Now, there's no way to get your workers to get this yourself. You're gonna have to mine by yourself to get Blackstone. The materials for the upgrade crystal are kind of a nightmare to gather. You're gonna need gathering tier 3, and at this point in Korean Black Desert, it's easier to just buy it, but If you're watching this guide to play NA and EU, I'll go over in another video of crafting how to make this crystal upgrade gem as well as other things to do with crafting. For now, let's go back to our worker. When he returns, there's a good chance the item upgraded. Not at all. The chance for it to upgrade is pretty low, so you'll need to send him out again and again until he does it right and turns your item into a yellow item, which we want. This is just completely RNG, and if you're unlucky, it can take up to 100 times, so make sure you have a rabbit's foot and you eat your lucky charms. Now once you've got your orange plus 15 or yellow, whatever you want to call it, plus 15 weapon, the last thing left to do is learn how to get it to plus 20. To upgrade plus 15, you will now need to use super upgraded blackstones. Weapon and armor blackstones can be upgraded by heating 2 stones with its sculpture type. There are weapon sculptures and armor sculptures, and both of these are obtained by gathering anything around the world, like trees or mining or picking flowers. Once you get one, just open the heating menu and put 2 black stones in of the right type and put the sculpture in, and voila! You've got a super stone and you're ready to try and get to plus 20. Note that enchant fails now will reduce the durability of the item by 10 instead of 5, and you can lose enchant levels on failure, but you'll never drop below 15. If you do succeed, each enchant will change the name of the item and you'll become OP! But the chance to succeed gets very low. The first to plus 16 is 20%, and I think to plus 20 is like 2%. It's at this point you may consider using those safety orbs, and definitely don't try enchanting this until your failsafe is at least plus 10. That's it! That's all you need to know about picking your gear, socketing, enchanting it, and upgrading it, and repairing its durability. So next up we'll be learning everything there is to know about horses, but until then I am booping out. Boop.